And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw left side, caught by Butler. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Got some real estate inside the 30. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 31 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So it'll be first down here after the run. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 2nd down now after the sack. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Looking to throw, and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. So the D-line's going to spread out. 2nd down, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get up.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. New York set to take the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Going to give this time to the tailback. Oh, and now some space to operate. And a cut to the right, accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Grant with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. They go play action here on first down. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's to the 10. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Look at the spin. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And here come the Redskins now. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Lorenzo Molden not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. To throw is Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Daquan Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Tressway now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing, and he fires one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Cousins to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he is knocked down from the side, right near the 27. And the Jets set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Fancy footwork in midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
He'll look to throw. Caught right side, Davis. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Right side complete to Butler. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Redskins on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So a good pickup there of 20 yards. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's got room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Out to the left here to Reed. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Cousins on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A second down throw for Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. Third down here.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, Cousins. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
And a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
On play action, Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Good move at the 30. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium. Happy holidays, Larry. Your gift? Take the halftime show off, partner. We've got some football to get to. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is a real,
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. the play fake. Cousins airing one out for Crowder. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him a gain of 38. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a play fake here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. Give him 30 yards there. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got a man complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Second down to the offense needing 5 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Second down, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Demario Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of... the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I got it. Guilt trip is here, baby. Guilt trip is here.
2nd down, 8.
Watch tight end.
Here we go now.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Buying time to his left. On the catch, it's Crowder. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he whips that one incomplete there.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Zach Brown coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights off the defender. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the return will stop right around the 25. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trent Murphy. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now back to throw. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Matt Ioannidis. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he's flushed out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw here. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to trot out there and try and slow them down.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll set up to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All right, here we go. Green.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 3rd down, it's Grant, and he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 41 yards. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 24-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. In the red zone this time. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Here we go now. Gun! Detroit! Over!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So out comes the field goal team once more. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Any return to get you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.